Hey folks, this is Brian. Um, this is, I have to say RPG a day. It's not that anymore. It is play a game for Greg Stafford, though. We are all us. Um, we did play last night. I was planning on missing one of my players. He had let us know earlier that he wouldn't be able to make it. And apparently he actually tried, but he had car problems and was, in fact, not able to make it. But I had another player just didn't show. Tried to contact him, but nothing back. Didn't hear anything during the week either, which kind of makes me wonder. But it's Greg Stafford month, so we played anyway. Um, Last time we left the party, they had just escaped an ambush from the brew down in some caverns underneath the temple in the lost city. So they had come out, and we had done all the math to figure out, okay, we have how many hit points of damage, we have how many magic points worth of people, and we've got two storage crystals. How long will it take us to get all healed and magic point back up? 2.5 days. When they come up, though, Rhonda, the Earth Priestess that is with them and has been watching Varan, doing cure disease on him, motioned to them to be quiet. And she tells them that they had heard people talking somewhere south of where they are at this temple grounds platform foundation, the temple foundation. So they had moved the horses north and around the foundation already. They want to move camp, what do they want to do? They just had to move camp, and they move just north. They were thinking about moving just north. They decided to go much further, to get out of the way. There's some discussion about time and distance issues and that kind of thing. Sidebar issue on that, how far do you really need to go before you need to stop worrying about making noise and that kind of thing. But anyway, they went out a distance. If I decided like 10 minutes, I think it was. And then, here's the temple, there's that mountain, follow that mountain out so they could, try and get their way back without getting lost. Another issue that came up. So they go out, make camp, and on the, oh, yes, they went out 10 minutes, and had to make some, I think it's tracking rolls, because there's a horde of Trollkin here. That was the random encounter I had rolled for this night. Um, Maybe she had mentioned there were Trollkin there. Nah, no, because I mentioned the stuff. So they go out, and they see, bushes have been all, I didn't use the word chewed up, but destroyed, right? And there was damage to trees, the bark's been all scraped off. Didn't mention bite marks. Didn't want to make it obvious, right? So they decide they're going to push on further. So they do push on further. And then throughout that night, there's these encounters with this horde of Trollkin. I've been using the HeroQuest Star Companion for random encounter kind of things. That book's full of it, right? I try to tweak it because it's based, pre Dragon Rise and that kind of thing. So there's some things I've already flipped around, but it gives me a chance to do, without trying to think of all the stuff on my own, to bleed off of it. And but again, it's HeroQuest, right? So the encounters are kind of odd, and the horde of Trollkin comes in like 6 different phases. Phase 1 is you find all the chewed trees and brush and stuff, and then phase 2 is they're kind of checking out the camp, and that happens during the night. And then phase 3 is the next watch of the night. Is how I interpreted it. The next watch of the night, it could be the next day, but I mean, 8 hours or 12 hours of darkness, right? 8 hours the party's actually sleeping. That these trolls can be sneaking around. They smell something. It talks about them licking around the cooking area and stuff, but they didn't get that close at this time. So there's something going on out there. A couple people uh, find out things, but later on the troll can start actually coming into camp. So they ended up breaking camp, I believe, if I remember right, and going further out to get away from all these trollkin. The trollkin do follow them. And when they sent one of the shadow cats after one of them swiped at one of the trollkins, they screamed out terror. So they heard that kind of thing. So they go, and then during the day, of course, aren't any encounters. The next night, there is an encounter. And again, they're in the troll woods there. So I roll in the troll woods, and it turns out to be a troll war party. Right? There's a great troll, there are 5 dark trolls, and 20 trollkin. These guys would just massacre the party. But and there's a dead spot in if you watch the live play, which is in the description. There's a dead spot. We're trying to think, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? And I see the trollkin are still here. So party, one of the watch guys hears combat north of them. Lots of groaning, grunting, squeals, screaming, whack, whack, whacks, that kind of thing. So that was one of the hunters, Subutai, I believe, and they wakes up Hearth, the other hunter, and they go off and check this out. And dark and noisy, bonuses to your hide and your move quietly roll. So they get up there and they can see there's a handful of these full-size trolls and a couple dozen of these trollkin that are just massacring this other group of trollkin. And they do notice one of the trolls actually giving some kind of directions that everybody else is following me because he yells something at some of his trollkin and points off over here, and then all these sling stones go over and start pelting off these other trollkin and stuff. So they kind of sneak back. Now there's all night after this troll war party takes care of this horde of trollkin. Well, they probably just sit down and eat. Now think about it. They would just sat down and ate, and they'd been all fat, dumb, and happy at that point. So I was thinking, how did they kill all these trollkin? They're going to be still around here somewhere. They're going to find the party, but they just kind of whitewashed that away. But that's a good reason they had a feast. Okay. After feast snooze, right? Food coma. Trollkin are good for that. Food comas. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, so that was like the second night, and then the third night again in the middle of the night, there's another encounter. And this one is Sartar hunters. Okay, that's kind of cool. In the middle of the night, it's kind of late to be hunting, but maybe. So I look it up, and the example they've got is an Odela guy. He's gone full grizzly bear hunting in the middle of the night. Okay, so Lars is on watch. He misses his rolls, and walking into camp is this huge grizzly bear. Oh, what do we do? Bear kind of chuffs at him. Around, sniff, 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 and Lars, Bruce, Blair, asks, hey, do we have any food like that? And they've got 2 hunters, and they've only got like a week's worth of ration. That's all they would take them from Whitewall, and they're getting low on that. So 2 days of hunting, they got stuff. Goes, okay, I grab some meat and toss to the bear. Bear catches it, chews it all up, looks back at him, sniffs at him. We have no more food. I've actually made some luck rolls at this point. Is there anything still around? And yeah, there is. Okay, so he takes that and he kind of breaks it in half and gives half to the bear. The bear just kind of watches it fall to the ground, looks at him, eats it, looks back at him. So he throws the other half. Bear catches that one, eats it all up. And I think it was at that point that we were talking about Hearth being an Odela worshiper. And so Lars wakes Hearth up. Hey, Hearth, you guys come see this. Come see this. It's a great bear. And so Hearth gets up and he looks over and he looks. Oh, wow, that's cool. And the bear looks at him, sniffs and walks over, starts sniffing around his feet, sniffs up his leg, and then kind of chuffs and then turns and walks away out of the camp. The next day, guy, I forgot his name. He's an Odela guy. He actually shows up at camp. and says, and the party mentions this bear and says, yeah, the bear doesn't like poachers in his territory, in his woods. Um, and they talk around it. They don't figure it out at the time, although Hearth probably would have, because Hearth talks to him afterwards. Yeah, he had Odela markers. He was Odela. That was probably him last night, that kind of thing. And the guy will talk, hinting at that kind of thing. We talk about, okay, this is part of the woods. Guys want to make him happy, go east of the old road. Roger that. We'll go east of the old road today. And then he takes off. They pack up midday, and they head off back towards the lost city and the temple ruins and stuff. I make camp north of the temple foundation in a copse of trees. And then they send the 2 hunters to go check out where they had heard the voices before, right? So the 2 hunters, and one of them has no hide and practically no move quietly. What kind of hunter is that? Whatever. But anyway, so they sneak over. They try to sneak over. They end up missing a couple of their, listen and scan rolls, and one of them missed a listen or a hide roll, or a sneak or a hide roll or something. So one of them hears talking over there, and it's just, standard locker room kind of stuff. Dude, you're such an ass. Get out of here. Because they actually have a train out there as well. That's where they come up out of the temple to do their thing, or just to get some fresh air. So there's that kind of jockeying around. Yeah, I would take that out, the stupid cows and that kind of thing. And but then they missed their sneak roll, and so they stop talking. Hey, did you hear that? And they start looking. So I'm just making rolls for these guys. Do they see anything? Because they're listening, and scan rolls aren't that great. But one of them makes it. Oh, look, there they are. Get them! And so the band chases after the 2 hunters. The hunters turn and run. So we pull out the chase rules. I still got to work on my refinement on this, but I was using my tracker, and as you make it, you move forward, and of course some guys miss and they move back. But right off the bat, one of the guys criticaled his chase roll, so he catches up, actually gets in front, so he got a chance to swipe at him as they go by. A couple guys make specials the next round, so they catch up. But if they're doing side to side, this whole combat thing and losing rolls, kind of, I didn't mess with that too much. But if they got in front, I let them make attacks out of it as they ran by. So, the hunters sick the cats on 2 of the band. And one of the cats gets both claws, and then next round does a rake on his leg and takes his leg down to 0. He drops down. So the cats are fighting. Oh, and they hit the cat. No, hit the other cat. The other cat got hit in the head. Went down to negative something. Like negative 2 or 3 maybe. It's only got like 4 hit points in its head. And so it goes down. Okay, so the party's got a choice at this point. We either leave the down cat or we stop and fight. And they decide to stop and fight. And I wanted to point out at this point, I did it after battle. Runequest battle is deadly. And these cats have gone down every single battle they've had because they only have a few hit points and have got no armor. So we stop. I make some arrangement for the cats and the party and movement and that kind of thing. I probably should have had them further apart, but my map board's only so big. And they actually asked me to move the combat closer to the camera, so I ended up doing that. So combat ensues. Hearth goes down fairly quick, negative hit points after like 3 hits. He's got 2 guys on him. The cats are on the other 2. 2 of the party members, and there's 2, 4. There's 6 of them. There's 2 of the party members that are back behind, and they catch up, and there's just a melee. And Subutai, or Michael Subutai's player, he's asking, "Do I know that Hearth went down?" Well, no, because your back is to him and you're involved in a fight. So after the first round, let me make some scan rolls. And he made a scan roll. Okay, yeah, you can notice because when you're fighting, you're gonna be looking around anyway, right? Okay, Hearth is down. And so, well, previously he'd been healing his cat, right? 2 points here, 2 points here. Meanwhile, there's 2 guys, or a guy fighting both of them. He kept missing for some reason. Then 2 more guys come up, attacking him and the other cat. The other cat kept getting missed, but I think Super got hit like once or twice, but just for 1 or 2 points, because some of these guys are kind of weak. They're using short swords. They got shields. Now we're in leather, and it's gonna be black leather, right? So when Subutai turns to go heal Hearth, because his cat's back up now, and he's just trying to keep him from dying because Hearth's actually negative hit points. There's only been 1 round. When he turns, the 2 guys that were on Hearth turn towards him, and one of them, he's kind of the leader guy, points his sword and says, "Yield or we'll kill you all." And so he says, "We yield, we yield." He drops his sword. "Can I heal my friend?" "Okay, go ahead, heal him. No funny stuff." So he 2 points stops the bleeding. He's able to do, I think, 3 more points or 2 more points. So Hearth is still negative, but he's not dying anymore. And both cats are happy. So the band tells Subutai, "Okay, tie up those cats." And then they tie up Subutai, and they pick up Hearth, and they are all taking them prisoner. That's where we ended the night. Oh man, what a mess. And that's why I can't. Hey guys, Runequest combat can be very quick. It is very deadly. This is not D&D where we can just, although it feels like it early on because you got your magic points, you got healing spells, and they've got the heal wound spell. They've burned through all their rune points. I'm thinking at this point the party just needs to pack it in. Of course, we're not going to leave the two comrades behind, so there's going to be some sneaking around. So, not a good night. Could have had a TPK with that troll war party, and almost wiped out the hunters with the band, one of the bands. Well, anyway, 17 minutes. That's plenty of time. All in all, it was a good day. We are all us. Play for Greg. Happy gaming.